Another edition of Toys from the Attic. For today's episode, I thought we'd be taking a look at Earthworm Jim's archenemy, phcrow. So without further ado, let's take a closer look at this guy.
Phcrow is an insanely trigger-happy bounty hunter and intergalactic mercenary. He is often employed by the evil Queen Slugforobutt for vast, evil undertakings. He is indirectly responsible for the creation of Earthworm Jim, after losing the evil Queen's supersuit in transport and letting it plummet to the Earth. Being one of Earthworm Jim's greatest enemies, he is a character who loves being evil for the sake of being evil.
Alright, so here we have Earthworm Jim's archenemy, phcrow. If there is ever an action figure other than the main character that looks like he stepped right out of the game or right out of the cartoon, this has to be it. I mean, it's going to be kind of hard to tell past this glass helmet, but that's what he always wore. But just look at that face sculpt. I mean, that's pretty darn good. Considering this guy was always drawn in one sort of profile, I was always curious, well, how the heck would they actually make his head? And they actually did a pretty good job considering. I know in the game, if you looked at him from a certain angle, he kind of had more of a pigeon head, but I really like this gnarly, just evil-looking crow's head. It's just something that I really like, and it's very iconic for the character, just as much as the voice from the actual cartoon. Now, as far as accessory goes, he comes with a little minigun right here with a little sight, and it actually has a little tiny harpoon right there. So I don't know if this is actually just a bullet or just some sort of extra little harpoon gun. Although considering that his main enemy is a worm, yeah, he's going to be firing a lot of things like hooks and fishing related stuff, or anything to skewer or worm. It kind of goes along with this giant one right here. You can definitely tell that that's definitely a fishing hook right there. And the idea is put Jim on the end of that. This gun right here, the missile shoots out okay, but it's actually tethered, so it has a little let me try to get this. The little string actually goes right here on a little pulley, and you can actually wind this all the way up and make it look like it's fully spooled, and then just fire it out. And that doesn't actually hinder it at all. Oh, wait, I take that back. I guess it does. It's been a while since I've actually fired this thing, so just right here, and so that actually fires out pretty good. And I guess if it wasn't for the string here, it would actually fire out a lot farther. But I'm hesitant to actually cut it off or take it apart, just because I like the look of it, and after learning my lesson with some other characters in the past of cutting things off like this, I prefer to keep the strings attached. Now, another little cool accessory is that phcrow comes with a little Major Mucus figurine. Because of this, I always thought maybe he was phcrow's sidekick, just like Snot is Earthworm Jim's sidekick. However, I think he's his own standalone villain. They just threw him together. If any of you remember, Major Mucus actually appeared in the first video game at the bungee cord level, and the second video came with the flying level, where you got to fly Jim's rocket car across a bunch of islands. However, he never really appeared in the show, and as a villain, he's kind of forgettable outside of the game. Still, it's kind of a neat little accessory that they have. Now, as far as articulation goes, his arms can move up and down. He has wrist articulation on this hand, and then elbow articulation on this hand. And then his legs are on these little sockets, so they can kind of move around a little bit. However, I don't want to try to move them too much, because it feels like there's a little bit of give in there, and I'm like might actually snap if I try to use it too much. It also has these nice little tail feathers. They should actually be painted black, but I'm not going to nitpick that much, because if I wanted to, I could paint them black, but I'm not going to. It also comes with this neat little jetpack, because as you know, he flies around the universe trying to destroy Jim, especially in the first level and in the second level, I believe. I don't know, I just really like the looks of this character. I mean, also check out all that feathering detail on his arms and just his fat, overweight body. phcrow is definitely one of the coolest characters that you can get in this line other than Jim. And if you do have a Jim figure, I would definitely say try to pick up a phcrow figure, because they're going to look great next to each other. Anyways, this has been a look at Earthworm Jim's phcrow. Once again, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed what you've seen today, please feel free to like, subscribe, or leave a comment below in the comment section. Also, feel free to check out some of my other toy review videos. Anyways, see you next time.